there! Hope you're having a great week. Overworked and Underplayed is a not safe for work Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast about a group of incredible young professionals who find themselves transported to a strangely familiar place full of fantasy and magic. See attached for episode description and content warnings. Talk soon, and thanks for listening.
Oh, hello, Richard. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, yeah. What's this about?
As you know, my name is Hugh Mann from Human Resources, and we just need to talk about an eensy-teensy little incident that popped up on my radar.
I thought we already discussed this during the performance reviews.
No. This is a little different. I am noticing a bit of a pattern, but it looks like we had a potential workplace violence episode, and I'm a little concerned. And I just wanted to get your take on the events. So start from the top. What happened?
Yeah, so I wasn't paying super close attention, but I think Amy Ann and Bentley started to get, familiar with each other. But then when we were working to get the web developer, like Bentley kind of left the group and we didn't keep eyes on him. And then all of a sudden he's like dancing on the dance floor, about to do a backflip. And then yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, Lord, this is like last year's staff party all over again.
Okay, yeah. So then Taylor Jacobs grew 3 sizes and grabbed Bentley, but her hands were too big. And it was a whole mess. Like the tension in the group is so tense. Like you could cut that shit with a knife.
Richard, when you say she grew 3 sizes, is that figuratively she was asserting herself larger than life, or do you literally mean she grew 3 sizes? I
have seen Taylor Jacobs figuratively grow larger than life, and in this instance, I mean she literally grew to the size of a giant.
Oh my stars.
I don't know how she fit in the dance floor.
Okay, well, we'll have to write that down. Now, this incident between Miss Taylor Jacobs and Mr. Bentley, was it resolved? Or do you think that there's still some lingering tinglies going on there?
We are in the second Cold War, as far as I'm aware.
I don't know what that means, but I'm going to write it down, and I'll get back with you. What else happened after that whole thing was wrapped up and resolved?
We did manage to accomplish getting our task of the web developer, and then we were on our way to meet Matt Damon. So we met up in Matt Damon's office, talked to Dictate, and then now we're supposed to meet up with Fizzlebang.
Yeah, I do have on here that Mr. Damon is working remote these days. Okay, well, I've got everything written down here. I appreciate you sitting down with me and discussing this. And if I have any questions, I'll reach out and touch base.
All right, you have a way to contact me, apparently, so perfect.
Yeah, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Greetings, my paid and unpaid interns, and welcome to Overworked and Underplayed, a D&D podcast for young professionals by young professionals. I am your DM, or District Manager, Alex Capps, and today's icebreaker, what is your favorite summertime activity?
Yeah, I'm Tyler. I play the IT paladin known as Bentley, and Bentley's favorite summertime activity is an activity you can do all the time, video games. But his second favorite is probably, day drinking with the boys.
Yeah, love it.
Saturdays are for the boys.
100%.
Hey, I'm Marjorie. I play Amy Ann Amanda, a basic B rough and tumble human fighter with a freshly minted dentistry degree. Her favorite summertime activity would definitely be going down to the beach, to the family beach house, and just hanging out with bring some friends, bring some family, just have a nice little weekend at the beach.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie, and I play Krystal, the Drow Druid and the owner of her very own MLM, Krystal Clarity. And Krystal's favorite summertime activity is to go on the annual cruise that she provides to her downlines who've reached a certain level in Krystal Clarity. So they get to pay their way on the cruise that they won.
So is that the Platinum Plus members?
That is so brilliant. So brilliant.
So yeah, and they also secretly pay her ticket because, she basically books out the cruise ship, because that's how they do it. And then there's all these cool speakers and shit, and they get to, but they're paying for it. But she doesn't, since she's the owner, she doesn't pay for it. It's factored into the cost of their cruise.
Hi, I'm Annalyn Hardy, and I play Taylor Jacobs, a centaur barbarian with a heart of gold who's dealing with a lot of internal conflict and needs a day off. Her favorite summertime activity is hanging out by the pool, like getting some rays. That is her favorite method of working in the summer. So, like, if she gets a chance to work remotely for the day, it'll be by the pool, probably.
What up? It's your boy Marcel Hardy playing Richard Cox, a human consultant turned halfling bard who wholly believes it's better to be lucky than good, but it's best to be both. Richard's favorite activity is to go to Six Flags over Georgia. He likes to be first in line so he can ride a couple of the rides before it gets too hot, and then he spends most of the day at the water park, and then back to the rides when it's cooled off in the evening.
Nice.
As the DM, my favorite summertime activity is waiting around in the cool, chilled air of my living room for fall to return.
There you go.
Damn, I wish I had chosen that one.
Hey listeners, this show is made possible by the support of our awesome patrons. In addition to a thank you for their support, our patrons get an ad-free listening experience and access to exclusive bonus content. In the weeks between episodes, our patrons are getting an extra show where we recap episodes and talk about some of our favorite moments. For more details about what you can get by supporting us on Patreon, check us out at patreon.com/ownuppod.
When we last left off, you guys had made it back to Bluegill headquarters and met Matt Damon by proxy. You'd handed off your web developer, and you were waiting for Fizzlebang to come to this room, even though he was already set up in the other room, but that was just too inconvenient for y'all to walk across the hallway. As the scene opens, you guys hear loud crashing noises, and you see a cart full of stuff, and you do not see who's pushing it. And you hear a familiar voice. Oh, hello, everyone! You'll just have to give me a few moments to get my all of my accoutrements set up. You see as he starts hanging up pictures, and he's got a chalkboard and all kinds of crazy stuff written on it. And he says, I hope you've been well since we last spoke.
Some of us more than others. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Fizzlebank, you need a hand with any of this?
Yes, actually, if you could...
Sure.
He starts handing you, glass bottles and things.
Okay.
If you could just hold these for a moment.
Can do.
And he finishes putting everything up, and he says, okay, you can just set them back on the cart. I didn't really need those.
Oh.
Marjorie mimed putting things back on something.
He says, so, I have some important news. I have been studying these items very, very closely. And you see as he pulls out the astral projector, he says, I've been guarding this with my life, but I'm afraid that agents of a particular Orchard Incorporated are trying to steal my research. He said, so I'm going to need to leave these items in your hands because, well, you haven't died yet, so I feel like you're the safest one to hold them. Here, this will help. And you see as he hands Richard a fanny pack that says Igloo across the front of it.
Oh, just my style. You hear
you would recognize it as a fanny pack you had for the Office 90s themed summer party last year.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
And
that you yourself, Richard, had?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said, I found this item. It had your name on it.
Oh, wait a minute. This must have been one of those things that I moved around on New Year's. So he rushes to open it up and see if there's any money inside of it.
You find $100.
Hell yeah.
You find a $100 bill.
Hell yeah.
With
Wow.
no monetary value
Yeah,
over here.
Don't know what I'm going to do with that here, but I definitely need to put that in my pocket.
But he says, yes, so this peculiar looking contraption is actually can hold a lot of stuff. Watch. And he takes and he shoves the whole projector down into the opening, and you watch as it just kind of disappears into the bag.
Whoa, like Mary Poppins.
I'm not familiar. Is she an artificer?
I don't know what that word means, so I'm not sure.
I think that's what they called Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Mary Poppins?
No, Artificer.
Oh.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm sure someone has called him Mary Poppins.
I'm sure. He just floated away. That's where
He held
went.
onto a balloon. Hey, Jimmy,
That's
hold
why
this
we
for
can't
me.
find him. We need to be looking up.
Bentley got a balloon, and he's like, "Hey, Jimmy, hold this for me." He turns around, "Where's Jimmy?" He says, "This is what in our world we call a bag of holding."
Interesting.
It
It
has
just call
a
this a
lot-
fanny pack.
I
He
know.
says it has a lot of space. It will come in handy on your journey. And he kind of like cinches it around your waist. And he's like, "Oh, I need to tighten it up a little bit." Now, and he's getting uncomfortably close to you, Richard, as he reaches into the fanny pack and he pulls out a contraption. And he pulls out this small tablet-looking object. And he says, "I have figured out that these items, I believe they've come from another plane of existence, and given your familiarity with them, I believe it's yours. Now, I have
We could have
deduced...
told you that if you
I ha-
just asked.
if you will let me finish
Oh.
speaking, I've deduced
Jeez.
that there's a certain signature that comes off of them that you can detect from a distance. It's like a ethereal radiation or something. And I have developed this device, and he says, that fits in the palm of your hand that will help guide you to the items. I call it the Palm Pilot."
So it's not a dragon radar?
A what?
Nothing. Bentley just lays his head back down because he's still suffering from 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh
He clicks the button on the top, and you see it's almost like a grid. Yes, it looks like
It
the
is a
dragon
dragon
radar.
radar.
It looks like the dragon radar from Dragon Ball Z, okay? And he says the problem is you have to get fairly close before it will start picking up the items.
Does it have to be on before, like, do we have to just leave it on all the time? Like, what if we got close but it was off?
So if you get within its range, it will vibrate like
and then
twice.
we turn it on.
And then you turn it on, and you should be able to see some valuable information about its location. And you see as he turns it on, and there's several dots from like all the stuff y'all are wearing. So he says, "Hold on a second, I need to recalibrate it." And you see as he presses the center button and holds it for a few seconds, and it basically zeroes out all the items that it senses within range right now. And he goes, "Okay, now it won't detect your items. You will need to get fairly close, but this should aid." He says, "I have deduced from my research, one, with the orchard being snooping as much as they have on me, that they may have one of the items. In fact, I'm fairly certain they have the Luxmile Sole that will allow us to power up the astral projector."
Oh, the light bulb. Okay.
What's a light bulb?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We don't have to have that conversation again.
It's
Yeah,
just-
it's
The
Reel it back in.
sauce.
sauce. He says, "Now, most likely, this item will be in the possession of the leader of the orchard, Mike Sheff. I suggest you depart immediately. It should be about a 2 days journey to reach Desarbres, which is where their commune is located.
Oh, a commune. That could be fun.
I assure you it is most certainly not fun. It is a place of intellectual buffoonery."
How do you think they stole the Luxmile Sole? It didn't seem like anyone had been in the tomb that we were in before we got there.
Some mysteries may never be solved, but if we find them, we might find some clues as to how they were able to do that, because I, too, think that is very strange, Richard.
Wow, Fizzlebank, is this dangerous? Do we need to have like a cover story or something?
Actually, that probably would be helpful. I wouldn't go in there and tell them that you are agents of Bluegill.
Oh, okay.
That, as they are, well, as close to warring factions as a bunch of hippies get.
Do they have the cult there?
Cult? You have to be more specific.
The Church of Clarity.
Oh,
The
no.
Stolen IP.
No, they're not really big on organized religion there.
Okay.
Even better for
Even
what I think
better
we're getting
for
at.
Krystal. Okay. We should go as priests.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Wow,
We should go undercover as religious pilgrims for the Church of Clarity.
that's a good idea, Krystal.
Yeah. We could totally do it.
I veto that.
Oh.
You want to explain why, Bentley?
You could be our bodyguard.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it now.
All right.
As long as I don't have to be a clergyman of MLM.
What do y'all think?
That was so
About-
good.
posing as therapists and providing mental health services to their workforces.
Maybe we can try and
Wow.
deprogram a couple of people and get the inside
And
scoop.
maybe being religious kind of figures would help.
We could create
Establish
therapy and further my MLM's agenda, is what you're
Mhm.
saying?
Wow, that's a good idea,
Annalyn's
Taylor.
saying, not Taylor. Taylor
Oh.
is sulking in a
Oh.
corner.
Ah, okay.
What was the name of the place that we're going to? That we need
Something-
to-
Day
Orchard?
Aubrey.
Wow. Okay. Well, what do you guys think? Do we need to recoup from our adventures in the Spiderland?
I think so. I think, didn't you mention maybe...
Well, I thought about maybe we should do a team building exercise or something by going to a tavern. I think one of the, what was it, Tor recommended that, I think. But I don't know. Bentley, you had just a tough time in a tavern. You look pretty
He's
beat
already
up.
like half asleep with his
Okay.
head down on the table.
I highly recommend y'all approaching this with a fresh set of eyes in the morning.
Okay. All
Is
right.
there a fungeon we can go to for team building?
A fungeon?
Yeah.
What
A
is
fun
like
dungeon?
a
A fun
fungus?
Oh.
A
fun
fun
dungeon?
dungeon. That I need.
Uh,
what is that?
I didn't know y'all like to party like that.
Wait,
Fizzlebang slowly walks over to Bentley, taps him on, like reaches up, taps him on the shoulder,
oh yeah, what?
and he says, "My safe word is wyvern."
Bentley needs a therapist now.
He's like, that wasn't an an
Yeah.
invitation.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I was getting at. I was just getting at somewhere we could go and fight some things.
He
Even-
sees under his breath, he's like, "Prude."
Wow,
No,
Fizzlebang, I
no,
didn't
to
know
each
you
their
rolled
own,
like
you know.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I highly recommend you get some rest and you tackle this. Now, looking at the map, it appears it is around 2 days if you travel by land, but you might be able to find aquatic transportation that would cut that in half.
2 by land, 1 by sea. Gotcha.
The
That's
British are coming.
I don't think.
that was completely unintentional, but all right, whatever.
The man, the myth, the legend, Paul Revere and his midnight ride. Anyway,
Is
So
that why he's so well revered?
Oh,
La 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 la
God.
la.
Bentley, in your like hungover stupor, your head begins to just cramp, and you take 2 points of psychic damage.
yikes.
It's a dick move considering all the puns you've made throughout this
Yeah,
entire
well,
campaign.
it's called being God, so deal with it.
Fizzlebang, was there a reason you needed to bring out all of your stuff over here? Is there something you need to give us, or?
I already gave you the thing,
Yeah.
and he was pointing to his maps and stuff the whole time he was speaking. Sorry,
Okay.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't flowery enough with my language.
Are you gonna give us a map?
Sure, why not? I have like 7, and he hands you a map.
Thank you.
7.
I mean, this is the map we need, not just
Yeah.
some random map. Let me make
No, it's
that
just a
clear.
random map, not even where you're going. Yeah, it's roughly the area that you need to know about.
It's
Okay.
actually a map of the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, how did that get there? It's a crossover.
Moonshade Isles.
Any other questions before we depart?
Can I have a word with you? Go ahead.
Oh no,
if
no,
you're gonna.
you're more important.
Sorry. Back
Amy
into
Ann did
character.
say that actually.
Yeah,
Really?
Amy Ann
Yeah,
feels
you're
really
more
bad.
You're more important, Taylor. You go ahead.
Oh,
Taylor like looked over and was like, "Okay, like moving on." Could I have a word?
yes, certainly.
All right, she's gonna wait till everyone.
Which
goes
word
to
would
bed.
you like?
Oh, we have to exit the room. That's
Is this
what-
where he's like, mine
that's
is
what we're being
wyvern?
told.
Mine is wyvern.
Taylor would
and
like a
winks.
private conversation, and like, everybody, would you please follow me? So,
Crystal's
Krystal.
coming in clutch.
Yeah.
Crystal walks out the door. She gets it. She picks
Yeah.
up
All right,
the shit.
everyone out, except for obviously.
All right.
So, what troubles you, my dear?
So I single-handedly almost murdered a member of our party and have really fucked up the whole vibe and created a lot of unnecessary stress. And I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I need to go to a rage room or something, but I can't. I'm not an asset to the party in this state.
Well, he sees he starts looking a little nervous. Perhaps I noticed that Bentley seemed a bit under the weather. Perhaps if you took a day, maybe like worked it out, maybe that would be helpful.
I think it would definitely help to just unplug, go to this rage room, see what it's all about, and try and channel this newfound rage into something more productive.
Okay. Well, If that is what it takes, that is what it takes, and I will do my best to not be dead when you return.
Well, I should certainly hope that you would be alive.
The agents of the Orchard have already tried an attempt on my life once, so I will do my best to stick it out.
You should definitely tell everybody about that, and then maybe also we could help protect you or get some additional resources from...
Oh, no, Bluegle's provided me security now. It should be fine. Like, I genuinely mean this, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. It should be fine. You do need to handle your shit first.
Yes.
So I understand.
All right.
And I will do my best to still be alive when you guys return from De Arbri.
Okay, great. So she's gonna take out the information about the rage room and ask like how to get there, things of that nature. Does it have business hours or anything listed?
It says walk-ins welcome is all that's listed.
All right, so I'm gonna head that way first thing.
Okay.
She's
So-
not going to say bye. She's just going to walk out the other door.
I think that she's trying so hard to keep her shit together that I don't think she can do any human
Fair.
you know
Yeah.
when you're at the boiling point and you're like,
Yeah.
I just can't. So I think that's where she's at.
All right, so you're going to go do that. The rest of the party, what are you doing?
Is the universal SOP still with Fizzlebang?
No, you as you're like exploring the new contents of your cooler,
Yeah.
or your cooler, your fanny pack, you find like 2 health potions.
2 health potions.
You find
Kool-Aid.
you find
It's summertime.
you find 2 health potions.
Yeah.
And one of them's fruit punch flavored. You find a section of rope, like 50 foot of rope, and some climbing gear.
For the fungin.
Yeah. It probably was.
Oof.
It's that nice hemp rope, it doesn't leave any burns.
Nice. Yeah.
When you slip while you're climbing.
I need an adult.
Me too, Ben.
You're the one that asked to go there.
I meant somewhere to do combat.
You should have said that.
Some people think it's
Instead
combat.
of calling it a fungin.
Because
And basically, you
fungins are
find
fun.
the contents of an explorer's pack
Okay.
stuffed down in there, and a note from Fizzlebang that says "Good luck."
So no SOP.
Oh, and the SOP. Sorry.
Do we see Richard kind of like both of his arms down in
Yeah.
his bag trying to get this?
Yeah,
That
like
doesn't look
at first,
awkward at
he
all.
zips it up and keeps it on, flips it up, puts one hand in there, and then he's like,
What?
kind of twists his body a little bit,
Wow.
and so both arms are in there, and he's like almost bent in half.
Yeah, you
Like-
see him go all the way up to his shoulders.
Whoa, Richard! Be careful! Don't fall in there.
And like, he's like, his legs start freaking out. There's no air in there, and he like grabs. You see his hands coming back out from inside of the fanny pack, and he pulls himself out. He's like,
Oh my god.
You okay?
I thought there was air in there, but a very small amount.
There's enough air for like 10 minutes.
yeah, and
That's
then he was in there for like 10 and a half minutes, just
Oh.
figuring out what's in there.
It's while Taylor Jacobs and Fizzlebang were talking. While you're exploring the contents of your new fanny pack, are you guys wanting to do anything other than return back to the crow's nest?
I think that Richard would notice that Taylor Jacobs didn't come like join us. Like he's like, she's been gone for kind of a while. So I think he would go to see if she was. So he'd like knock on the door and see if like she and Fizzlebang were still talking.
Fizzlebang comes out and he says, "You're probably wondering where Taylor went."
That is correct.
He said, "She took the other door." And he points at the other door. "She has some things she's going to work on. She says she'll catch up with you guys." She said later.
Okay, I don't like it, but I guess we're all going to the same place, so.
I informed her due to recent events, and he looks over at Bentley like all raggedy, and he goes, to take a day and just kind of, relax before this next adventure.
That sounds healthy. She should probably do that.
So, hey, does he need a doctor?
Yes.
Okay, where are you staying?
We're at the crow's nest, but if you have a
Oh.
better recommendation.
Well, it'll do. I'll see if I can get someone to come down there and help with him after a while.
okay.
Oh, are
sounds
you talking
good.
about
Thanks.
like a masseuse? We're gonna get massages.
the happy endings?
Happy
thought-
endings. We're already going to a fungin. We might as well get one while we're
He hears you
there.
say happy ending. He leans in, whispers. He goes, My safe word is wyvern. Or wyvern.
No, he doesn't even know it.
Oh no.
He's just giving everyone a
Yeah.
different version.
Wait, did he whisper that to Krystal?
No, he whispered that to Richard. He's the main character in the video games, just hitting on everyone.
Oh.
Classic bard,
Yeah.
but not a bard.
Hey,
No,
you don't
is
know.
he?
You
That's
don't know.
true. I
Maybe
don't
he
know. Maybe
minored
he
in
is.
bard in college.
Ooh. Get all the girls.
So which college
He's the guy that plays
of
the
bards
guitar
did he
in
go
the
to?
like.
I don't know.
Center.
College of Mysteries.
Majors in philosophy. Plays guitar.
All right,
Brushes
gang.
hair.
Well, Fizzlebang says that Taylor will meet up back with us at the crow's nest. So I think we're, give her some space. We had a very long day. I think it's probably a good call.
Woo, let's go to sleep.
That's a good point, Richard. I hope Taylor's okay.
All right.
She's not.
So you guys head off to the crow's nest.
On
Nothing...
the way,
Oh, go ahead.
can I stop by the bank?
Okay.
We are curious about the bank and how they have
I
our
want money.
information.
I want to take some of my money out of the bank.
Wait, are we the ones
from
that...
your payment.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rob a bank.
That would be kind of fun.
In fact, here's how we'll do this. The teller says, "Yeah, we're still waiting on your latest check to clear, but you do have 22 gold accessible now."
Is there interest on this account?
What's interest?
Okay.
Guess not.
Let me
She didn't
take
even
10.
ask.
Can I get 10 gold out, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
No need to take this offline. Overworked and Underplayed will circle back after these messages. Back to where we were at. So, Taylor Jacobs wanders off from Bluegill headquarters.
Is there a Bluegill like employee fitness center /
That's a good
It's
question.
just a combat training area.
like, well, no, I'm looking for a massage. So specifically,
She's
So-
looking for a
like-
happy
She's
ending.
looking for the happy ending.
no, we just all had
That's
really
so
stressful
smart of
experiences.
Krystal. Yeah.
There is no therapy, so I would like a massage.
Okay, so we'll come back to that.
Oh,
As I said, Taylor Jacobs wanders off into the city and follows the map to this place called the Rage Room. She finds along the wall of the city this what looks to be this kind of sketchy looking tower, like almost like a wizard would live in it, right? That's part of the wall. And there's a sign on the door that's like faded and chipped, and it says Rage Room and has a arrow pointing at the door.
'Kay.
So what do you do?
Go inside.
Okay, so as you open the creaky door and step inside, you hear... Marcel does those in post, Katie.
That was me.
Oh, that was you? Oh, no, I'm Kyle's dad. So as you enter the room, you get all the stereotypes. You hear some scurrying in the distance. You hear it's dark. It's kind of musky smelling, and you hear a drip, drip, drip from like a back corner. And you see an older man sitting in a chair by a fireplace.
Hi, excuse me. I need some help.
You see as he holds one hand up and points for you to join him by the fire.
She is going to do her best with her horse body to do that.
So she comes over and you just like kneel down right there, like try your best to sit.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
He says, "Watch." And as the fire's burning and crackling and popping, he says, "Do you see how the flames release from the cracks in the wood?"
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Isn't it peaceful?
Yes.
But isn't it also deadly?
Yes.
Isn't it interesting how something can be so relaxing and peaceful, but could also end
Spiral out of
existence?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It is what troubles you, my dear.
I've got the bad fire, the killy fire. And
Killy
so
fire. I like that.
I need the peaceful fire.
Peaceful fire.
I'm a new visitor to this world, and part of this transformation that I've gone to, a physical transformation, is also a mental and emotional one.
Interesting. A lot of turmoil.
Yes.
All right, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A
With
wisdom?
disadvantage, sorry. I meant to say that.
Well, it's
from the
already
beginning.
a 6, and I have a -1 in
Oh,
wisdom,
perfect.
so-
Then don't worry about it.
Okay.
Everything, as you say this, you feel yourself getting tired, almost like you're mesmerized by the flames.
Mhm.
And slowly, your eyes draw closed, and everything fades to black. Now, cutting back to the rest of the party, Krystal, you go searching for a fitness center.
Specifically, like a Blue Goal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like we go on missions, and surely Blue Goal would have like an employee wellness center.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So you find, as you're leaving the Blue Goal campus, while Amy Ann is going to withdraw funds from the bank,
Mm-hmm.
you see something listed as the Blue Goal Fitness Center,
Okay.
with a sign says for employees only.
I'm gonna walk up to the fitness center and try and get in with my
Okay.
Blue Goal ID.
They let you in.
Oh, good.
It says, you see a goblin sitting behind the counter, and he says, "Hey, what are you looking for? What can we do for you today?"
Well, my job is really stressful.
Aren't they all?
Yes, they are. And I am looking for a place to unwind. Like I'm looking
Unwind.
for a massage.
You see as he's like
room.
looking, it's almost like he's looking down the pages of a book, and you don't even know what it is he's looking at, but he's behind the counter scanning down. Unwind! Got it! Door 3.
Is she gonna go to a place where everybody knows her name?
Door 3.
You
but I
enter the
didn't
set
finish-
of cheers.
Oh, God.
He says, left hallway, door 3.
Am I going to get a massage?
What is massage?
What is unwind?
Unwind. Release stress. Unwind.
Uh-huh.
Find balance.
These sound like things I can go for. So you said door 3?
Door 3.
Okay, so she walks down there and she peeks in door 3.
Okay, so you peek in and you see it almost looks like a gymnastics room, and there's blood stains on the floor and there's weapon racks all around the room, and you see as several people are in there sparring.
And she just closes the door.
Smart.
She goes back to the goblin and she says,
Yep.
"Nope, that's not what I was looking for, but thank you."
You said unwind. I send you door 3, unwind.
Okay, I would like to relax my muscles.
Relax muscles. Oh, splish splash.
No?
No splish splash. Okay. Relax muscle.
Looking for a place to calming, muscle relaxing.
Steam.
Steam. I could do a steam. I could do steam.
Steam.
Marcel looks like
Door
he's
9.
like, that's a fucking bad idea.
Door 9, right side.
Okay. And she goes down to door 9 and she opens door 10.
You open door 10.
Yeah.
I don't even know what door 10 is.
She miscounts. Opens door 10.
So you open door 10
Mm-hmm.
and you see what appears to be a massage table in the middle of the room.
Oh, no. I'm so nervous. But Krystal feels pretty good about it.
She found the fungin.
Oh no.
What's
Your
your
safe
safe
word
word?
is Mandarin orange.
That's too long.
It is. It is too long. She's not good at those things. She goes in there and she looks around. She's not getting on the table until
I was
she
gonna
sees
say
a
she just
person.
roaming.
No.
So you see a place where there's like a closet where you can hang your clothes.
Okay.
You see towels, you see massage table, you see like a curtain, and you hear someone in the background.
Hello, Big Summer Blow.
You see as someone and someone comes around the corner and goes, "Hello,
This seems really relaxing.
hi, I am Clark.
Hi,
Did-
Clark.
Did Merg send you here?
Did Merc?
Merg, front desk,
Merg.
front desk, Merg.
Front desk. Yes.
Ah, okay. You here for mush mush?
Is it calming?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But she's not gonna get undressed.
Okay. On table.
Okay. She does
We
like.
will be right with you.
Okay, so she's gonna go. I think maybe underwear, and that's it. She's
Okay.
not gonna get fully naked.
So,
In the
make
robe
as
or-
you're
Yeah.
getting. What languages do you speak?
So common, druidic, and elvish.
Okay. So make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Well, that's a 2, and
Okay.
then like, actually, my perception is pretty high, so it's a 2 plus 8.
Yeah, as you're mostly disrobing and getting on the table, there's a lot of things written in like different languages that you don't recognize,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really tell what any of them say. So as you lay
Mhm.
down, he comes back out and he's like, you hear him speaking.
Oh, good. Uh-huh.
And he says, okay, be calm. We'll get started in just 1 minute.
Be
No,
calm.
no.
And you hear as he's like, "Ah, la, la," and you hear someone picking things up.
Oh no,
Mm.
Krystal.
Do you look or not look?
I look.
Okay,
yeah.
so as you turn and look, you see what appears to be 3 goblins with step stools and hammers.
Yeah, I'm bailing.
He says,
Let's-
don't be alarmed. Mush mush, right? That's what you want, mush mush.
No mallet.
No. I don't know. You see as they're like arguing amongst each other, and they're like, no mallet, mush mush.
No mallet. Mush mush.
Okay. And one of them, you see as they like all like shuffle back into the back, and you hear them like shuffling around with some things,
Oh my god.
and they come back out, and you see that one of them's holding a frying pan, one of them's holding a chair, and the other one is holding a knife. Very confused looks on their faces, and he goes,
No, no, no.
mush mush?
No, no, no. Hands. She like literally holds up her hands and like squeezes them.
You see as they hold their hands up like that. Mush, mush. Okay. And they drop all their stuff and they slide their stools up.
Oh god.
I thought they were just going to start beating the shit out of her.
They still might. They still might.
And so, what's your AC?
Oh no.
Jeez Louise.
She just wanted a massage.
I just wanted to be relaxed. My AC is 13.
So, you see as they, like, you're just lying there,
Oh my god.
waiting to see what happens. The way this is going to work is they make unarmed strikes against you. All 3 land as they begin goosing you with a ferocity that you've never felt before, because they're doing what you did. You were like, hands. So they're like, okay. And so they're like relentlessly goosing you, and you apparently take 7 damage from it.
Oh my god! For people that at home that can't see, it's essentially the chicken dance hands.
Yeah.
She was so what Krystal did was she held up her hands with all of her fingers together, and then was touching her thumbs to her fingertips in like an animal talking motion.
Yep.
And so these goblins interpreted that to mean, okay, yeah,
I'm
that's
just gonna pinch the
yeah,
shit out
yeah.
of you.
So they pinched the shit out of her, probably bruise her.
Well, if it's that much damage, yes,
Yeah.
bruise. What
What
how
do you do?
drows bruise? Ooh.
That's a question that I do not feel like wading into.
Okay, cool. Well, I still need the massage.
Are you going to continue laying there?
Is it like I can. I will be communicating. Not that hard.
Okay.
She doesn't move from the first one. Like, she pretends like it didn't hurt as bad as it did because she probably has had some really crazy masseuse.
You hear us, you
Massages.
make me another perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
14.
You hear something, but you're not sure. One of them, then all of a sudden you feel it as one of them had gotten down and comes back and begins running a rolling pin across your back.
Oh, okay.
I
And
ain't
it
mad at
actually
that.
kind of feels okay.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Rolling pin, check. Just soft hands. Soft.
Okay.
And like she also holds up her hands and she does an actual massaging motion, like with the thumbs and stuff.
And you see her, oh, okay. And they start doing that, but they're not doing a great job, but it's probably the most relaxed you felt in a while.
Okay, cool. It only cost me 7 mil points.
Yeah. And you'll have inspiration when like you start your next day.
Ooh,
Okay.
Hell yes.
Cool, cool.
All right, so now cutting back to Taylor Jacobs, who wakes up in a dark room except for a single light above you where you can see everything within about 3 feet of you and nothing else. And you hear a voice come out in the darkness. Why do you care?
First of all, I feel like we should just talk about how you essentially drugged me and put me in a dark room. I don't feel like super safe in this moment to where I could be even a little bit vulnerable. In fact, do I have my weapons?
You do not.
All right, she's going to flex a little, warm up, just in case she has to use her guns.
He says, Miss Taylor Jacobs of Marketing Solutions Plus, wherever that is. Why do you care?
You can just call me Taylor. I genuinely want to make the world a better place. I care about the people around me. My coworkers are the people I'm with the most.
So is that why you tried to murder one of them?
I can't explain it. I just flew into a rage. It wasn't something that I felt a lot of control over because that doesn't align with my values. I'm not a murdery person, and I care deeply about Bentley and everyone else I work with.
But yet, when your psyche was boiled down to its simplest form, none of those things seemed to matter to you.
I think losing control is not the same as it being a personality trait. Like, the rage is not. I'm trying to get to the point where the rage doesn't define me or how I relate to other people.
But it's part of you.
I know, and I don't like it. So is it possible we could just have
So
it
you
removed?
just hide it? You just hide things that you don't like about yourself?
This is a real therapy session. And
Annalyn's like, doesn't everybody? I try to embrace all the different parts of me. This feels kind of new, though. I haven't experienced this in a really long time, since I was a kid.
If a fire grows out of control, does one simply hide it, bury it down?
I can't, obviously. Not here, at least. I thought I was pretty well regulated before, not with, like, criticism and things like that, but in general, I had control over myself for the most part, with, like, anger and stuff like that.
But coming here and suddenly this new form, you no longer have that level of control?
Yes.
Or is it that you finally have the power to use that rage that's always been within you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I would like to learn how to use it so I'm not hurting people, because that's just horrible. And I don't want to be a murderous person. I don't think I am.
You don't think you are. But
I
you
know in
don't-
my bones that I'm not a murderous person. She's starting to get a little...
You know in your
testy.
bones, or that you knew in your previous life that you could never do such a thing?
No, I know in my heart that
Because
I'm
you
not a
lacked
murderous
the
person.
ability.
Lacked the ability to control my anger?
Lacked the ability to follow through with your anger.
No, I think I'm just not murdery.
This guy really wants her to be murdery.
She's not.
He says, interesting. And you see, out of the darkness, a figure is approaching you.
She's going to get her guns ready.
And you hear a familiar voice. Miss Taylor Jacobs, late as usual, as the
Oh my
face of
God.
Mr. Richardson appears.
She visibly shrinks.
He looks and he says, late as usual. You knew you needed to be here a long time ago, but you let every little thing get in the way, don't you?
She's just going to look at him, try not to cry.
Oh my God.
Also, actually, how are you even here?
That's what you're worried about?
That's what I asked.
Taylor Jacobs, I was your first horrible boss. I'm always here.
Yikes.
That is so
so-
fucking real. Is it not?
It is so
They
real.
stay with you.
And he looks at you and he gets right down in your face. Says, so what are you gonna do about it?
I'm sorry that I've disappointed you. I'm really trying to be a better person and coworker and work friend. And
Work friend? Who needs friends at work? Work is work. Friendships are for your free time. And maybe if you were a better employee, you would know that.
We spend so much time at work. We have to have some kind of relationships at work.
Yeah, you know, back in my day, we kept work separate from our home life.
I'm trying to be better.
Trying, always trying.
I need help. That's why I'm here. And I need to feel safe in order to make those changes, and I don't feel safe right now.
Safe. This is
Mhm.
the real world. The real world's not safe. It's not some cuddly environment where everything's always going to go your way.
I know that.
You just got to deal with it. Get over it.
I can't. I almost murdered somebody.
Did they deserve it?
No.
You sure?
Nobody deserves it.
So why did you almost do it?
I couldn't control myself.
Couldn't control yourself.
That's why I'm here. It's like controlling your rage.
If you
or
couldn't control yourself, maybe whoever gave you all of that, and he points at your muscles and the back half of you, maybe they made a mistake. If you can't handle
Your
yourself.
voice is ass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you think they made a mistake? Do you think it's a mistake you're here? Or do you think you're here for a reason?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
why.
know?
I don't know why we're here.
I'm not even sure why I ever even hired you.
I don't know what to say to that.
And you hear a voice in the back of your head says, I think you know what to say to that, Miss Taylor Jacobs.
Without getting fired.
Punch him, punch him, punch him.
He says, you hear the voice of the guy running the rage room. He says, fuck getting fired. Sometimes you just gotta let it all out.
I don't want to let it out on him, though. I don't feel like it's productive to hurt people. Like, I want to find a different way to express myself.
I just want to find a different way to express myself. Do you hear yourself, Taylor? Do you hear yourself? Like, my God, could you be any whinier?
I'm not going to hurt him. I don't think that is accomplishing my goal of using my anger in a productive way. Instead, could you teach me how to advocate for myself in a way that keeps the peace?
He says, you came to the rage room to let out whatever it is that's inside of you. That's what this is about.
Mr. Richardson, I get that you've had a life that's different from mine and that you feel like it's okay to talk to people this way for whatever reason. I can't judge you on based on your life experiences, but you can't talk to me like that.
What did you just say to me?
You can't talk to me like that. I deserve better.
Do you know whose name is on the door?
Not for long. I'm coming for your job. I'm going to do it better than you.
You see, as Mr. Richardson's persona slowly gets smaller and smaller, he says, the hell you are? How do you know I'm not going to fire you right now?
How could you? I do all of my work and your work too.
That's not true.
It is true. You're the reason I have to work so much.
Well, maybe you should work harder.
I work so hard. That is not the issue here. The issue is that you're a poor manager and you're incompetent.
Hey, you see as the boomer in him slow. No, I'm just kidding. He sees he slowly shrinks back and it turns into a almost black form of nothingness. And it's about that time he reforms again.
A gratitude a day keeps the haters away, and that's why we want to thank you for listening to Overworked and Underplayed. You just heard Alex Capps as RDM, Annalyn Hardy as Taylor Jacobs, Katie as Krystal 2.0, Marjorie as Amy Ann, Marcel Hardy as Richard Cox, and Tyler as Bentley. Episodes are edited by Marcel, and Circle Back episodes are edited by Katie. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll circle back in 2 weeks on August 24th for the next episode. You can help us to get the word out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow us on social at OWNUPPod, that's OWNUPPOD, subreddit r/OWNUP.
And God.
You can do it.
Ah!
Keep it in!
Reminds me of when Jerry tried to cast Reduce on Amy Ann and it just didn't quite work.
Ah!
Just like squeeze those butt cheeks, bud.